A pleasant and a very good Monday, everyone. Welcome to 2021. On this Monday, we are going to start off the new year, but we're not going to start off with a new weather pattern. It's the same old, same old. As we go into the first week of 2021, it looks no different than the last week of 2020, so it's more of the same. Yeah, I know. That means more wind on the plains, brief periods of snow in the high country, but the fast movement of these fronts has kept us from having major, slow-moving winter storms on the plains, and that's typical in a La Nina. Textbook La Nina is what we've got, folks. That means more wind events. I'm afraid we're going to see the wind picking up again in many areas Tuesday, then again at the end of the week. However, the mountain snow will be a good bet. 2 periods of mountain snow coming this week. We do have some opportunity for snow showers on the plains, mostly in the central and northern Rockies, but even then it won't be a lot. Pattern change, is it coming mid-month? We'll talk about that here in a moment. Quick update on Snowpack. We have seen these creep up. About a month ago, this was around 65% of average. These were in the 60s and lower 70s. So they're all below normal still, except up here in northwestern areas of Wyoming. And you can still see the lower North Platte, these drainages down lower east of the divide really having a hard time getting going. But we're going to continue to see these slowly creep up as the frequency of systems coming in from the northwest will continue. The best snow is going to be up here by far, the closer you are to the source region of that moisture. In Colorado, we still have above average snowpacks in southern Colorado. The North Platte creeping up a little bit more. These are all going to creep up into the 80s probably by next week or so. So there's going to be a slow growth in the snowpack, but it's going to accelerate as we go into the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. If we took a look at the whole western United States, the higher snowpack averages are in the Pacific Northwest, Oregon and Washington. Anywhere you see green here, you've got 90 or better. So if I were to draw this again, you can see where those strong jet stream winds are coming in is where you get the better moisture hitting the mountains. So again, this is a La Nina signature. This is a La Nina signature as well. The southern Rockies just miss the storms. Since the storms are staying up north and moving fast and not coming down here, well, the snowpacks in the south suffer in a La Nina, while the best snowpacks are going to be up here. That's exactly how things are transpiring this winter. This is where we are today. We've got a little bit of a ridge of high pressure over the Rockies, so today is actually not going to be a bad day. Here comes the next quick moving front. This guy right here is going to be just like all the other ones we've seen this winter. Going to just race through, and there it is by tomorrow morning. This is today, by tomorrow morning. See how fast it goes? It goes from the coast of Oregon to the Central Rockies in just one day. So this is going to move very quickly through. As it does so, it's going to get very windy along and near the Continental Divide tonight and into the day tomorrow. There'll be a shot of snow in the mountains, wind on the plains. There will be a little bit of snow with this system on the plains, especially for parts of Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, and the western Dakotas. Now, the next system comes in behind it. That comes in late Thursday into Friday. The end result's going to be the same. Mountain snow, a few snow showers and wind on the plains, and the systems just continue to race across the nation. This here is the next system that could arrive over the weekend, and that maybe is something that could arrive on Saturday. But since these systems are moving quickly across the country, they're not going to turn into major storms on the plains. This is the snowfall forecast through Thursday afternoon. The pinks, the purples, the darker colors, all showing the heavier snow areas hitting the higher terrain. This snow here, this gray area here, across the lower elevations, it's going to be just enough snow to make roads and highways icy. If you have to travel Tuesday night into early Wednesday across portions of Wyoming, Montana, and this region here, I-70 corridor in Colorado's mountains, you're going to have some travel problems. But you see this wedge where it just doesn't show much in the way of any precipitation. It's because these systems come through, you get a westerly wind flow. That's a downslope Chinook wind. So east of the divide, you're just not going to get a much snow pattern out of this until these storms want to slow down. Could they slow down mid-month? Well, there's a hint of that. there's several things happening. A stratospheric warm-up, a negative Arctic oscillation taking place, a negative northern Atlantic oscillation taking place. So it looks like we could, the middle of the month, the second half of January, might finally bring us some bona fide cold weather into the western United States. Our confidence is getting a little bit better now. Our long-range charts are showing us this is all the way up till January 20th, so this is pretty far out. But notice we've got a deeper trough in the west. You see this tongue of blue coming on in. Now these are some much colder temperatures that are on the other side of the globe right now. So I think what we're going to find is that the first 2 weeks of January will be just like what we had in December. Fast-moving fronts, the mountains will get snow, the plains and the Front Range will be plagued by bouts of wind, and if it does snow on the plains, it just won't be very much. Once we get after the 15th of January, into the second half of the month, well, we may have a bout where it's a little more harsh with winter weather conditions. Still some question marks, but we're gonna see here in the next day or two if all the right pieces come together, because our confidence is getting a little bit higher for the second half of January to be colder. And this is a quick look at what those temperatures could be like. This is right around that same time frame, around January 20th. The green, the blue, and the purple show much below average temperatures. And you can see some much colder air across Canada, Alaska, and into the western United States by that time frame, by that third week of January. And it could come in a little bit before that. You see this? If that happens, these are way, way, way below zero temperatures. So the potential's there. We don't see it coming this week or next week. It'll be after that time frame if we see any really severe cold heading into the western United States. Certainly it's something we'll track for you in coming podcasts. Have a great Monday, everybody, and a Happy New Year.